When I say church outreach event, did you immediately cringe or start sweating or roll your eyes? There's a lot of work. But the fact is that we keep doing outreach events and we see people from our community approach our church for the very first time at these events. And that means they're worth it. But there's a better way to plan, to execute, and to stay in touch with the people from our outreach events, which is exactly what we'll cover in this video. Hey, Tyler Smith here, co-founder and CEO of Texan Church. If you're a busy church leader or communicator, I know how overwhelming it can be to keep your community connected. And that's why our YouTube channel is packed with communication tips and strategies to help you go from frazzled to focused. And you'll be confident knowing how to reach your people beyond Sunday mornings to make them feel known, noticed, and loved. Thanks to Texan Church and the power of technology, you can now utilize a system to register, to check in, and to follow up with your outreach event attendees while saving hours of time during your work week. You see, Texan Church is a texting and emailing platform that was designed specifically for churches. So it should come as no surprise that as Texan Church has grown and adapted to meet the needs of our members, we're able to create systems and tools that fit perfectly with church processes and events. So let's talk about 3 ways that Texan Church can completely revolutionize how you do outreach events. So the first way is event registration. You can use Texan Church's digital connection card to collect RSVPs. We have an option to text a keyword. So for example, text fall to 888-8888 to register for our fall festival, right? So that's a pretty obvious, simple way that you can do it. We also have direct links to that digital connection card. So you can put that in an email or in a social media post or as a QR code that you can include on your promotional materials, your bulletin, etc. And Texan Church has a new video pages feature where you can share a video that explains the details of the event with a call to action to register for the event. And finally, you can set up an automated workflow based on the date of the event so that when someone's RSVPs, they're going to get reminder messages leading up to the event. And you can even include video pages to share event details and what they can expect. So now that registration is much easier than gathering names on a sheet of paper or just guessing how many people are going to show up, let's move on to the event itself. You could use Texan Church as a check-in for the event. So you could set up iPads or tablets at the welcome table for people to check in. And this is especially helpful if people didn't register ahead of time. So this allows you to know who actually showed up to the event and then allows you to follow up. And we're going to get to that next. So you can actually reach out to a list of people who made it to the event and a group who registered but didn't show up. And you can also check people in by using the keywords or the QR codes, just like you did with the registration. And a fun idea that a lot of churches use at their events is that when people check in, that process can be used as an entry to their giveaways throughout the event. Okay, we've got registration and we've got event check-in covered by Texan Church. Now, the final way that Texan Church can revolutionize your church outreach events is by how it enabled you to follow up with your registrants and your attendees. And this is what I alluded to earlier. Within your Texan Church account, you can create a workflow for after the event where text messages and emails are going to be sent, inviting them to join you for church. It can also be a good bridge to invite them to another event if they aren't ready to jump into a church invite right away. So for example, one of our church members took their outreach event attendees list from their Easter egg hunt, and they invited all of those families back to attend their vacation Bible school. Another member uses the event list to send out a survey. So using a survey builder on our Connect card, they're able to ask people for feedback of the event. And I actually have one more bonus way that Texan Church can help to revolutionize your outreach event. So let's talk about volunteers. You can use Texan Church, their video pages, to explain the why of the event. And you can cast a vision to the people who have invested in the event and inspire them to want to volunteer. And then you can use all of the strategies that we talked about with the registration to get volunteers signed up. And then you can use the calendar date workflows to send reminders and important information to your volunteers leading up to the event, during the event, and you can communicate with your volunteers to make sure that they know of any last minute changes, announcements, emergencies if they come up, etc. Now, you can follow up with volunteers with your own survey asking for feedback, how to make the volunteer experience better for next time, not to mention following up to thank them and to share the success stories that come out of the event. It's such a powerful tool. Okay, so the next time that you start planning your church's outreach event, make sure that you have this video saved so that you can tap into all the ways that Texan Church can make registration, check-in, and follow-up super easy. Not to mention how much time it can save you with your volunteers. And if you're not a Texan Church user, you can start your free trial right now to start saving time and reaching more people with this incredible communication tool.